What's happening, team? A very, very quick video today to go over today's price action in the S&P E-mini futures chart. Now, I made it very clear the other day that I was very disappointed going on socials at the amount of people who were blowing up their accounts and taking unnecessary losses on Monday. And I explained why. Because when we don't have big news events, when we are coming off the back of very big moves, you need to expect consolidation in the market. The reason for that is the market needs to build liquidity before it does its next move. And today in the room, I had prepared everyone that trades with me for just that. So let's quickly hop over into the charts. It's not going to be a long video today. I want to explain where you might have gone wrong, so in future you can be prepared for these setups. Let's get over into the charts right now. Okay then, here is my chart. This is a 10-minute chart. You can see at the top, this is an NQ chart on the 10 minutes, the dollar on the 10 minutes, and the VIX on the 10 minutes. And there is good reason for this, okay? Because I look at all these charts the whole day. I'm looking at the daily, I'm looking at an hourly, I'm looking at the 10-minute time frame, and I'm looking at the 2-minute time frame. So coming into today, what did we have? To start with, the VIX was underneath 14, all right? If I just pull this up a bit so you can see it a little bit easier, the VIX has been in a steady downtrend, and all the time the VIX is moving down, you have to be cautious about trying to short the market, all right? The key level the other day was 15. We're all the way up here, and if you watched my weekend scans, we were talking about a 1550 break and hold for us to see a rotation down on the market. We didn't get it, all right? The VIX has just trended down with my flow zone. So all the time that's happening, you have to be cautious looking for a short. On top of that, coming into the morning session, the dollar had made a new low. It held this 5-day moving average, grinding up into the flow zones before later on giving that big move down. Again, all the time the dollar is moving down, you need to expect the market to move up. Now, we did have some divergences today. While ES was moving down and NQ was definitely the weakest today, we had YM moving to the upside. So you've always got to be careful. Have your eye on the other indexes. See what the market is trying to do. So I'm just going to now focus back onto this chart here, the ES. So starting off in this 10-minute chart then. So what do we have? Overnight, we had grinded to the upside, all right? The market moved to the upside, and coming into the open, we had started to have this move downwards, sweeping these lows. So at the open, what was I looking for? I was looking for a push and a fail to sweep the bottom side of this. Why was I expecting that? Because even if we're going to move higher, all right, even if we're going to move higher, we are not going to let all the buys in here win. We're going to take them out of the market first. So that was the first thing I was expecting, and I explained to the room, as I'm going to post up right here, that I was expecting a choppy day. So you had to be prepared for chop today. There were not going to be that many great moves, so you needed to be very cautious with your size, and you needed to have more of a scalping mentality unless a trend proved itself. Until that point, we were trapped in range. So we are either in an accumulation phase to do a big push up higher, or smart money is starting to distribute here before we roll over. Time will tell, because tomorrow we have PPI. So let's just focus on what we got. The first thing we had was the creation of an M10 bear flag, just like I called out in the room. I will post it up here so you can see it. An M10 bear flag into this imbalance, all right, and I took this on a 2-minute time frame. So we had a push into the 2-minute flow zones and the 10-minute flow zones, giving me very nice confluence to look for the short. All right, here it was. Here's the short. So if you didn't want to take it into the imbalance, just wait for the kill candle afterwards. We got stuck at VWAP and we just ride it down. Now, where are we riding it down to? We are not looking for huge profits on these moves today. We were looking for this liquidity right here, the overnight low. So once we swept that, job was complete. The trade is done. The trade is over. Again, I posted it in the room. A couple guys took it with me and made some very nice profits. Once that happened, okay, once that happened and we'd taken that liquidity, I was expecting a possible move back to the upside, but all we did was create this range with a few traps, right? So we had a very nice bear trap down here, and if you look at this, this is just chop, all right? Grind it up, flush the buyers out. Grind it up, flush the buyers out before eventually coming through and pivoting above. Now, the key part here was not to be early. I told everyone in the room, if we go to a 10-minute chart, focus on the 10-minute pivot, all right? Once we get above all this chop range, and once we get above this candle right here and have a close above it, we might have a move to the upside to run the liquidity. Now, it just so happens it happened when they used the bonds. The bond auction was the catalyst for this. So we had everyone's stops right here. We ran them to the upside. So the next trade you could have taken was a trade in here looking to run these highs. And you just wanted to scalp. That was it today. Take the profit, move on, because I was very, very aware. If we go back down to a 2-minute, yet again, I posted this to the room. We had a huge build-up of liquidity. Now, this uptrend right here that most retail people would just be called a retail uptrend that you keep buying off, this was bound to break because there had been too many occasions where buyers were getting their own way. Okay, these buyers are in the money, 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 and these buyers are in the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 occasions over a long period of time where buyers were deep, deep in the money on the day. The algorithm's not going to let them do that, all right? It's going to at least run some of them out. And we had confluence into this, and the confluence we had was we had a huge imbalance on the DXY. Okay, this huge flush down, you see I have my cursor lined up at the same time. This flush down was coming towards the top of this range. So once we took the liquidity, I was expecting the DXY to reprice this huge range on the flush, and it's exactly what happened. So what I was looking for was a very clean setup to let us know it was ready to do that, and that would be the break below this swing low. You see I've got it marked out, and once we broke below that, you're looking for a pullback inside, failed follow through, and a flush to the IB low and below. So that's what we got right here. Broke below, pushed back into the flow zones yet again, and a flush, a huge flush moment. Now, everyone was surprised. How did you know? Why was SPY doing this? We can't see any news. You don't need news. You have to understand liquidity, all right? This is too easy. Far, far too easy to go and take. It took one candle to run out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 sets of buyers. This is the game of trading, especially futures, is understanding liquidity. That's all it did. Once it took everyone out, I said to the team, watch how many people get trapped trying to short the lows, which was just a higher time frame demand level, and we bounced all the way back. So that's it. That's all you're going to get from me today. All the other great bits of information go to my students in the room live during the day, keeping them safe, helping them bank good money. So if you want to join the room, you know what to do. www.flowzonetrader.com. Use YouTube at the checkout. It would get you $100 off. And just announced right now, Apex are back. They've got a sale on right now with 80% off and half price resets. Doesn't get any better than that. So if you want to start your prop firm journey, get up to 20 accounts right now with 80% off. I'll drop the link below. Trade safe tomorrow. We have PPI in the morning. It's going to use the liquidity it has created today. Be safe, understand the higher time frames, use hard stops.